So during Peter Dutton's speech yesterday, he talked up his nuclear plan, obviously, and obviously there's these questions about price now. So when it comes to selling something, people have got to know what the price is. So isn't that how transaction worked? Does he have to come up with a figure sometime soon so people know what it's going to cost?
Well, as Peter said, those costings will be released before the election. I mean, this time ahead of the last federal election, the Labor Party hadn't released its costings on its ridiculous 82% plan. Now, as it's turned out, their costings were complete rubbish, but they hadn't done that, so it'd be hypocritical for them to ask for our costings earlier than they provided ahead of the last election. Those will be provided. What I'm confident of is that when you look around the world, when you look at the real-world data, when you read the conclusions of the International Energy Agency, nuclear power is the cheapest form of low-carbon electricity. That is what the International Energy Agency concluded when they reviewed the real-world data around the world. The direct quote from them was that the long-term operation of nuclear power plants remains the lowest cost form of low-carbon generation. That is a simple fact. And so if people want cheaper power prices, they want to have reliable power, it's only the Liberal and National parties that are putting forward a fact-checked proposal here that can do that.
OK, onto the supermarkets, Matt. The Prime Minister talked up a strong response to the ACCC report yesterday. The Nats have been very busy around supermarkets and the breakup of them. What do you want to see happen if they're found guilty?
Well, clearly the supermarkets aren't at all worried about the wet lettuce of Anthony Albanese's code of conduct. I mean, the supermarkets, Woolworths and Coles, are already subject to the code of conduct that the Prime Minister's waving around as some sort of big stick. I mean, how can this make any difference when they're already complying, already under this code of conduct? All the Prime Minister's proposing to do is make it mandatory, which will extend the number of supermarkets that have it. But Coles and Woolworths already do have it, and they're engaging in this kind of conduct. So it's not working. So we need a different solution. Almost every other country in the world, every developed country in the world has a form of divestiture powers in their competition laws. We don't. We should do that. I should say New Zealand's the other one. I think they're a developed country, but they're one exception. But we don't. We should have them in our laws as well, and that might actually rein these guys in, rein Coles and Woolworths into some kind of standard of conduct. I'd also say, look, for the Prime Minister to be out there complaining about organisations that don't provide the discounts they promised. I mean, this is the bloke that promised us $275 off our power bills. And he's got the temerity to call out others who are not providing the discounts they promised.
So this actually helps you, do you think, yesterday, this investigation by the ACCC?
Well, look, I think it builds the case to have stricter and stronger competition laws. As I say, the laws or the code that the Prime Minister wants to do is not working, clearly not working. We have to do something else. And the Prime Minister has nothing else. He has no other plan to help make sure we have more competition in our supermarkets, get lower prices, grocery prices for consumers. It's only Liberal National parties putting forward that plan. Now, obviously, big business don't like that plan. They've been criticising that plan. The Labor Party are lining up with the big businesses that have been engaging in this kind of misconduct. If you want someone to sort of rein these people in, probably go for the people which the big businesses are complaining about. There's a reason they're not complaining about the Labor Party. That's because they don't fear the code of conduct at all.
All right, Matt Canavan from the beautiful Gold Coast today. Thank you, Matt. We'll talk to you soon.